Hey everyone, Dylan here from AYCB, and I'm here with Carlo from AYCB for the first time, and it feels like forever. How does it feel to be back?
Oh, it feels great to be back. Hey everyone.
So we are celebrating 1 year of AYCB, which for us is a huge milestone, and we're super, super pumped about. So we want to bring you this video just to reflect a little bit on the last year, talk about the year ahead, and to talk about our special giveaway that we're doing as a thank you to everyone for supporting us for the last year, all the support we've seen. We want to give you guys some opportunities to win some really cool games and stuff. So we're here to talk about that as well. But first, I just want to talk about Carlo being back. So obviously we were affected obviously by the pandemic, and we needed to be distanced from each other, and so I was filming over this last little bit, but unfortunately Carlo wasn't able to come over to film. Restrictions have loosened enough that we're able to actually get together and do some filming again, so Carlo's going to be back on camera. But Carlo, let us know, I know you said it's great to be back, but what have you been doing the last, couple of months?
Honestly, surprising amount of solo gaming. I mean, we've also been doing our board game arena nights and tabletop simulators, so trying to still game online. But yeah, trying to dive into a bit of solo gaming. I actually recently played through the full solo campaign of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, so hopefully we'll have some content of that real soon. Yeah, just trying to prepare for filming stuff when I was able to come over here. So yeah, it feels almost surreal to be back, but feels good.
So I thought the first thing we could talk about is just what are some of the key moments and one of our favorite experiences and things that happened in the last year of doing content creation. So maybe I'll kick it off to you, because like I said, people have been hearing me talk for 2 months. What are some moments that stood out for you in a year of doing board game content creation?
Yeah, there's a lot. Honestly, this is something we could probably go on about forever. I'm going to try and keep it brief. It's been really cool, I think. You know, for those of you who don't know, Dylan and I are cousins. We've been really close, basically our entire lives. We've played tons of video games, board games together, done all kinds of little projects. We used to film all kinds of little embarrassing little movie projects and whatever that we still look back on and laugh at. And I think one of the things I really appreciated about this year was being able to kind of get back to something creative with you in a project like this, because obviously over the past few years it's been more about just hanging out. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of I don't know, it just feels a bit nostalgic to go back and see these videos that we've made, and it makes me think about how we did that as kids. Yeah,
like living proof that we can go back and watch, and then the other people are appreciating as well. So yeah, exactly. No, it's been great. Yeah, for me, there's been so many. I'll try to narrow it down, but I think when we started off, and I think most people when they start creating content on YouTube or on the internet, it's a slow build, and then you sometimes put in a lot of work to videos, and can sometimes see we still appreciate when we get a few people commenting on it, or get 50 views on a video, but sometimes when you put in a whole ton of work, you're just I wish we could somehow get out to more eyes and more people, and we want more people to see them, hopefully help more people and get feedback and criticism and everything. So I think that in the last couple months, especially, seeing some of our videos hit milestones that we never even thought we would potentially get close to in the first year. Things like, the crew over 7,000 views now, and Welcome to over 4,000 views. We never even thought that was even attainable in any way in the first year. We thought that was something we'd be shooting for down the road. So for me, seeing that happen and seeing all the likes and especially people commenting saying that I just got this game and my daughter and me played it on Christmas and we used your how to play video, those things just are the fuel for me, and I'm sure for you, that just keep us going and really motivate us, is knowing that we're having some sort of impact, and obviously in a minor way. We're talking about tabletop gaming, but it's still something impactful for someone. So I think that has been a really big one for me, and one that I'm just looking forward to as we do more content, having those moments and interacting more with people in that same way. So next, we launched a board game content creation or content creation website and channel, everything. And 2 months later, pandemic hit, like I said. What do you think is the most challenging aspect of having a pandemic hit 2 months after we start a board game website?
Yeah, for me, I think it has to do with the type of person I am. You know me, I'm very much a planner, as it is. If it wasn't for you, we probably still wouldn't have launched AYCB, because I probably would have still been obsessing over everything. And so I think I had so many ideas between what kind of games I wanted to cover, stuff that I wanted to do. So I was getting stuff making notes on things I wanted to be releasing for content. And when the pandemic hit, I think it's just taught me how much we need to be able to adapt. And it kind of applies to the world of board games themselves, right? When we're playing board games, it's something you learn from it, is learning the ability to kind of pivot your strategy and go elsewhere. And that really does apply to what we've been doing with our videos. Sometimes we got hung up on let's say, okay, this is our plan for next 10 or 20 videos we're going to do, and then there's a pandemic and suddenly there's games that have been covered already by too many other people that we think, oh, maybe. And I think I got too ahead of myself coming up with a plan and not realizing that you really have to be ready to adapt a lot, whether it's for a pandemic or suddenly there's a new game announcement that you want to cover something for. So I think that's the biggest challenge for me, is being able to kind of like, not a change of personality, but like set that obsessive planning part of myself aside and just be more spontaneous.
Yeah, and just like, yeah, exactly. And just also be able to sometimes, turn off the aspect of, I'm guilty of it a lot when me and Carlo are talking about planning and different things, wondering like, we really want to cover this game, or we really want to do content in this game, and you wonder who else is covering this game, and like, or am I going to create something that someone else has done very similar? I don't want to copy someone, like should I check first and find out, what's out there to make sure I don't, step on anyone's toes and stuff. And I think to some extent that is valid, but I think that there's also just, if you enjoy something and you are passionate about it and you think you have something to say, if it's fun, create it, and hopefully other people find it as engaging and enjoy the content as much as you did making it. So I'm right there with you. Now we're going to switch gears to something that you may have noticed in the video, and by now you might have already seen at the intro of this video and on our channel and everything. So we're going to be doing a slight refresh, I would call it, not a rebrand, a refresh of our creative that you're going to see. So backstory on this, when we had our logo created, which is the logo that everyone is familiar with seeing, we had it in a few different colors and stuff, we had multiple logos created. There was like, we had them envisioned as a primary and a secondary and like an alternate logo. And the one that was actually supposed to be our primary logo at the time is the one that you're seeing here, and is now you're going to see on all our stuff. So we decided to ultimately do the more simple logo to start, because we didn't want it to look too complicated. We just wanted a more like simplistic, clean look when we were getting started. We didn't know how this was going to go and everything. But now having, have a year to reflect on it and look back on, we both love this logo. We've loved it from day one. So it just made sense that after we were looking at things like, our theme and our banners and our, our info on our Twitter account, like if we wanted to refresh everything, update a little bit, it was time to reconsider using this logo. So I love it. I think that this is a fantastic logo, and I'm super excited to incorporate it on more stuff. We already have our own little mugs with this. We're going to be having to get new hats and new sweaters too at some point. The other logos are not going anywhere. You're going to see them on everything. We're going to just use all our logos, but we're going to try to focus on this one as the primary one. But yeah, not a rebrand. We're not changing how we approach games and what our channel focuses on or anything like that. It's literally just a refresh of our creative, and just give it a new look and incorporate some of the new stuff. So yeah, I love it. I'm sure you
absolutely.
You love it.
And I just
well.
Want to take a moment to give special credit to our good friend Jan Castillo, who made all these logos for us. Excellent graphic designer, excellent human being. I think his Instagram handle is at Mr. Jan Castillo, but you can find it on our About Us page at
we'll link it. We'll link it in the description too,
yes.
And that way you guys can go click and find it. And if you want a nice logo down, there's your guy right there.
Yeah, he does fantastic work.
Yeah. So yeah, don't worry, we're not rebranding. We're not changing our direction. We're not changing the type of games we cover. It's literally just a refresh of what our look is right now. Okay, so let's talk about the year ahead. That's the next part. So we had a year where we have now another year to look forward to. First thing is, what are some things that we want to do content-wise that maybe we haven't yet done on the channel, or haven't done a lot of on the channel? So I know that we've tried a couple of new things lately. You might have seen that we started off doing mostly how to plays and reviews, and lately we've been doing things like list videos and like comparison videos, and videos that are just more feature oriented, that just tackle a specific topic and aren't really a how to play or a review. So that's us dabbling in some stuff, but I figured this would be a good chance for each of us to talk about some things that we want to do that you might see from us over the next year. So maybe I'll kick it off to you.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities. We've only had a chance, like basically the first little while we were only doing videos with only one of us on camera. One of us would do the how to play and review for a game, and then it felt like as soon as we decided to try doing a video or two with us both on camera is kind of when these restrictions kicked in. So I'd like to try doing a bit more of this stuff, whether it's we're reviewing a game together or doing the lists. We'll definitely have like a most anticipated games of 2021 video coming out soon. And we thought about also doing some, like Dylan said, comparison videos. You might have seen he did one for comparing castles of Burgundy to castles of Tuscany. We thought about even maybe doing a series at some point where we'll each pick a game, either by like the same designer, a similar type of game. Like we've thought about maybe like Agricola versus A Feast for Odin, and we would each sort of argue our case for why we think one game is better than the other or whatnot. So I mean, you guys let us know too if there's anything in particular, whether it's something I've mentioned or something Dylan's going to mention, or what you'd like to see. Let us know. But yeah, what about you? What would you like to?
Yeah, I'm same thing for this, Carlos, that I want to cover more topics in more interesting ways. I think you're going to be finding that I'm going to try to do, and I think both of us are going to try to do more videos that, rather than just sometimes saying, here's a review on this game, maybe there'll be a specific angle we're going to take with not just saying, here's our overall review. It's going to be, why this game is the best solo experience or something, or why, like I did with the Tuscany Burgundy video, like why Burgundy is still better than Tuscany, but you should still, consider getting Tuscany if you own Burgundy. Like specific topics like that, where it's still our thoughts on a game, it's still our thoughts on a topic, but it's more oriented around specific, ideas or notions. So I think you're going to see some more of that. I would love to keep doing some of that, and just more content that isn't restricted like that in general. I think I want to be able to do more stuff that I just find interesting. If I want to make a video about, why A Feast for Odin I think is one of the best games of all time, that might be a lot of people's sentiment. That might not be, it might be, maybe it is an outrageous concept to some people. I don't know. I just love that game. But you might see content like that where it's not necessarily about a new game. It's not necessarily about anything specific. It's just, here's something that interests me, and I put it out there, and let's have a conversation about it, see what other people think. I think that you're just going to see us trying some more things. There's going to be more opportunities for us to try things, whether they be like the list videos, like anticipated games, which is not anything new. You've seen that from many channels, but I think we're going to start dabbling in some of that stuff and try to find new interesting ways to tackle those things. Like, even we did a top 5, or I did a top 5 polyomino games. That was just because I have so many polyomino games that not that I think I'm an expert necessarily on the genre, but I just figured with how many I have, what better time to rank them and give some overall thoughts on the genre as a whole. So I think you might just see us delving into some more of those specific things. This one I'm going to toss over to Carlo to start. So what we want to talk a little bit about just the community in general, and some more opportunities we want to find to be able to, do things for the community, be involved in the community, and find different works that we can do. So I'll toss it over to you. Maybe you talk first, and I'll jump in after.
Yeah, for sure. So one thing is, we both have full-time jobs, so we do this part-time as a passion thing on the side, and we also don't want this to just completely replace our gaming. So we're trying to move forward with making this content, but still not just being in it just for hey, look at our content kind of thing, right? We've genuinely really enjoyed interacting with people online. We want to become more active in, whether it's on Board Game Geek, on all of our social media, and we want to help also elevate other people's voices, whether it's other content creators who are new and are starting out, or marginalized people who might not have the same opportunities as we do. And we also want to, we have some plans by the end of the year to do some kind of fundraising type things that we'll definitely be asking, or bringing up on our channels, that if anyone wants to help for those kind of causes. So we just want to focus on, while yes, we have our personal goals, we also want to help give back to the community and be a part of making the hobby as a whole just better for everyone and not just for us.
Yep, I echo everything Carlos said. It's just something we want to be more aware of and do more of. And again, what that looks like, I think we're going to figure out as we go, because a lot of it we're reacting to things that happen in the world, and we're also reacting to things that are important to us and important to others in the community. So we're just going to keep tabs on it, and we're going to make sure that we're taking opportunities as they come to us, and creating opportunities to be able to, just like Carlos said, just give back and be involved and show our care and also give back for the support we've seen. Because I think that we have ways like this giveaway that we're going to do and stuff, to say thanks, but there's way more other ways that we can also say thanks, and sometimes it's not just by saying hey, we're going to give this away. Sometimes it's raising money for stuff, or being involved in a cause. So as those opportunities come up, we're gonna be involved, and we're gonna try to be more aware of them than we have in the past. Obviously, it was a difficult year in 2020 for a number of reasons, and we're hoping that the year ahead is brighter and more optimistic, and we're able to find more chances to really be involved. So yeah, you'll see that from both of us, I think. Okay, so we have a giveaway. So for our anniversary, like I said, for as a thank you to everyone for supporting us, we've decided we want to give away some stuff to some lucky winners from everyone who enters the contest to just say thanks. It's basically all it's about. So we have 3 games that are going to be part of this giveaway. And when you enter the giveaway, you are entered for every single one of these games. You can limit of winning 1. You can't win all 3 if you somehow get lucky and get picked on all of them. But you're up for all of them. So all you got to do if you're watching this video. Hey guys, jumping in here for a second. I'm just recording this after we actually recorded the rest of the video. We changed the way that we're going to do the entry for the contest. So I just want to let you guys know how to enter. All you're going to need to do is go into the description on this YouTube video, and there's going to be a link that should be easy to see to the entry form. You're going to click that link. It's going to take you to our website. You're going to fill out the form there. You're going to tell us what is the game that you most want to see us cover in 2021 on that form. Hit submit, and you are entered into the contest. And again, 1 entry into the contest makes you eligible for all the prizes you're about to see. So now I'm going to throw it back to us into when we actually recorded this video, and we'll continue on. Why don't I throw it to you, and you reveal the first game.
All right.
Win.
So the first one, and by the way, these are all high recommendations on our part.
Yeah.
First one, Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah. Truffle Shuffle is Flat Out Games, who's we actually have some connection to Winnipeg, so we have gotten to know them a little bit through chat. Truffle Shuffle, you have. I don't have this game yet, but you have told me that it's awesome.
Yeah, I got it recently, played it a couple times with my wife. Great little card game, very different from Point Salad, so don't feel like if you have Point Salad that this is the similar game. It's totally, I own both. I don't regret it at all. And yeah, this is published by AEG, but designed by the folks who are part of Flat Out. So
yeah, and we don't have content on the channel for this yet, but it is in the works. And if it wasn't for the pandemic and not being able to film, we probably already would. So look out for it. We're gonna have content on Truffle Shuffle soon, in case you're interested on our thoughts or what we have in the have cooking on it. So yeah, Truffle Shuffle, prize number 1. I'll push this here. I'll put it over here for now. Sure. Prize number 2 is Tiny Towns. So this is a very popular game. I'm going to set this back so it doesn't block the focus or whatever. So yeah, very popular game. We have it actually covered on our channel. Carlo did a review and how to play on it, and I'll link it up above in case anyone wants to go get our thoughts and how to play this game. I played it way less than Carlo, but I loved it in the times I played it. I know you rave about it constantly. Yeah. It's like a huge hit with your family too,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah. Everyone I've shown this to always wants to play it more. I've probably played it like 20, 25 times already, and I'm nowhere near being tired of it.
Yeah, awesome game. If you haven't played it, here's a chance to get it for free. Great game. I think you'll love it as well. So that's prize number 2. And then Carlo, you want to pull up prize number 3?
If you've been watching any of our videos recently, this will probably look really familiar to you, or even if you haven't been watching our videos, because a lot of people are talking about this, but My City by Reiner Knizia, which Dylan just named as his #1 game of 2020. We had a first impressions video from this a few months back before we kind of got split up due to the pandemic restrictions. So we're in the middle of our campaign. We plan on ending it soon, and we will have a more detailed kind of review later. But this is a polyomino style legacy game by one of the greatest designers, if not the greatest designer. That's a debate for another day. But either way, this is My City from Cosmos. Fantastic family weight game that even more experienced gamers can really enjoy as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. Like Carlos said, this is my #1 game of 2020. If you like polyominoes, and even if you don't like legacy games, I think this is a perfect way to get introduced to it. I think this is an awesome game. It's going to be around in people's lists for a long time. So yeah, and that's your 3rd prize. So those are your 3 games that you can win, but we decided to add a little bit extra to them as well. So every person who wins a game is also going to get an AYCB hat, just like Carlo's on his head there, because we've had so many nice comments about some of our merch, so we decided to throw in a hat for every single person who wins. So you'll get an AYCB hat with it's not our primary logo, but it's still a logo you're going to see, so don't worry, it's not like it's the old logo or anything.
If anyone gives you a hard time, you tell them it's the one that I wear in the videos, so who cares? Really?
You show them the videos. So that's pretty much all we wanted to talk about. So I think the last thing is we just wanted to give a little final thank you and send off. Maybe I'll kick it over to you.
Sure. Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, we, again, kind of started this off. We floated this idea around a couple of years ago of starting a channel, and it was kind of just like a passion project. We were like, this would be cool to kind of do this, and maybe we go to a convention one day and meet some people. I think it started out pretty small, and the support we have received so far was pretty overwhelming. Like, it felt overwhelming even at first, and then like to go months down the line and realize like how excited, like even a couple of shares online or people watching our videos and commenting was so rewarding. And just like every comment we get, every like, every subscribe, every time someone interacts with us online, kind of just motivates us to keep going. So we just wanted to say thank you. Like, regardless of what way you support us, telling a friend, watching a video every once in a while, whatever you do, like, we sincerely appreciate everything, and we promise to give back in the best way we can going forward.